Hello everybody, Nikki here with a new More You Know video. In this one, I'll tell you a little known secret. But first, let me remind you to click that subscribe button and that bell notification button so you'll be notified for future videos. So what's the secret? It's free behind-the-scenes tours of rides and attractions at Universal Studios Orlando and Islands of Adventure that aren't listed on any of the guide maps. And yes, you heard correctly, it's completely free. There are many rides and attractions that offer this very cool experience to any guest who asks, what happens during a behind-the-scenes tour? Well, a very knowledgeable team member will guide you through the complete queue, explaining the attraction's backstory, pointing out hidden secrets, and giving technical ride details and answering any questions you may have. These are often the details missed as you travel through regular lines. Single rider and express lines may miss these Easter eggs entirely. And depending on the tour, you may even be taken to exclusive backstage areas where photos and video are not allowed. What are the benefits of doing a behind-the-scenes tour? Well, you learn a little more and you get a little smarter. Behind-the-scenes tours are a great way to enjoy learning a little bit more about the park's attractions while having a fun, unique experience at Universal Orlando. Behind-the-scenes tours are also a great way to experience the attractions if you're not necessarily a rides kind of person. So let the daredevils do the rides while you enjoy the backstage areas and queues from a wholly new perspective. Each ride or attraction offers a different experience. Not one is like the other. We won't give away all the details, so you can be surprised, but trust me when I say there are some very cool experiences to be had. The behind-the-scenes tours are even referred to by cool names, like Immigration Tour, Temple Tour, and Gamma Tour. And if those names alone don't make you want to check it out, then maybe this will. Depending on the tour at the conclusion, you may even be able to board the ride without having to wait in the standby line. How do you get a backstage tour? Just walk up to a team member at the front of an attraction queue and politely ask that team member if someone is available to take you on a guided backstage tour. It's that easy. Here are some things to keep in mind. Tours are subject to staff availability and are not guaranteed. It is not offered at all locations and is subject to change at any time. Tours are conducted upon request and do not have a scheduled time. And be aware that some backstage tours can be dark. Also, depending on your physical needs, you will need to ask a team member conducting the tour if there is wheelchair access and any age restrictions. If you're unsure if an attraction has a backstage tour, just ask a team member at that attraction entrance. If they don't have a tour, they'll say so, and if they do have a backstage tour, they'll check out availability. What are the best times to ask for a tour? We found that mid-morning, late afternoon, and not on busy days are the best times to make the request. But again, there's no guarantee and there's no harm in asking. So now let's get to it. What rides and attractions offer these great behind-the-scenes tours? Now, as of the time of this recording, Universal Studios behind-the-scenes tours include Men in Black Alien Attack Immigration Tour. Just make sure they don't neuralize you afterwards because you're gonna want to remember this one. Race Through New York, starring Jimmy Fallon, Studio Tour. At the end of this tour, you get to put a pin in a map where you live, sign a guest book, and maybe even stand out on the balcony and view the grounds from high above.
This is how we do it. All hands are in the air. And we're from here to there. You're an OG backer, wannabe player.
E.T.'s Adventure. When we spoke to a team member, they suggested that you ask for the tour once you exit the ride. Revenge of the Mummy Production Tour. On this tour, your guide will walk you underneath a portion of the track, and you'll also see remnants of the old Confrontation ride.
So this is one of the doors from the first movies. When they tried to kill the Pharaoh, the bodyguards couldn't open the door because they locked it. Our most filmed section of our building is actually stationary, which is our Anubis statue. Don't worry, he's not the oldest, he's the newest. This ride, when they first got built, when they were doing the permits for everything, they had it under the name Coin for the permits, so no one knew that the mummy was getting built. They don't keep it a secret anymore when they build things. However, they still sometimes do a little codes. Because of that reference to the coin, they actually left some arcade coins from the King Kong ride on the table. Actually, an Egyptian hearse. It's the vehicle chariot that they used to bring Anaxamun from Egypt to the temple of Amenoptera to be able to mummify her.
Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts Bank Tour. What treasures will you find within the Wizarding Bank? Just take this tour and find out.
What was that? The Weasley's wildfire whiz-bangs. Firework from my brother's friend George. George, what are you doing here? This is my office, Gordon.
Fast and Furious Supercharged Garage Tour. Here, guides will show you through all the cool homages from past rides and attractions, and all the movie references that you might miss walking through the queue. Transformers The Ride 3D. When we spoke to a team member, Transformers did have a tour at one time, and we were told it may return soon.
Way to improvise, team. Thanks for leaving the challenge. Let's head on back to base.
Moving on to Islands of Adventure. The Incredible Hulk roller coaster Gamma Tour. Hear the backstory and learn who performs the music that is played during the ride and much more. Dr. Doom's Fear Fall Villains Tour. If you're lucky, you may be invited to sit in Dr. Doom's chair. Now this is quite a unique event as it's typically locked behind a cage. Skull Island Reign of Kong Temple Tour. Learn how many skulls are in the queue and other interesting facts, as well as how the ride vehicles work and so much more. Jurassic World Velocicoaster Paddock Tour. Learn about the Velociraptors, their paddock enclosure, where their Velociraptor transport crate is located, the speed of the vehicles, and more.
And our tour has begun with Zack Attack here. He's going to show us around.
So welcome to Jurassic World. Our park attendance here on the island is slowly beginning to decline due to lack of interest in dinosaurs. We had the Indominus Rex project coming up that unfortunately got delayed, so we needed a new attraction to bring guests back.
Right.
We took this old raptor research facility used in Project Hybris back in 2005 when Jurassic World first opened, and we retrofitted a roller coaster over it to give you an up-close encounter with the Velociraptor.
And you think that's a good idea? I hear Owen doesn't think it's a good idea.
No one doesn't like it, but we have so many safety measures, nothing should go wrong.
What could go wrong? What could go wrong?
Yeah, what could go wrong? This will also be the first time ever that our 4 raptors are on display for the public. Normally they're all backstage, we're doing research with them, but now we bring them out here out in the open for everybody to see.
And maybe at the end, the guide will invite you to ride this brand new breed of roller coaster. Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey Castle Tour. I'm sure all the team members do a great job on this tour, but we were told to ask for Harley specifically. need more? Well, here's a bonus for you. There are paid tours at Universal Orlando. One really cool one that we found was the Hard Rock Cafe has a backstage and burgers vibe tour. The tour is about an hour and lunch is included in the price. On the tour, you'll see backstage areas, learn about memorabilia, and see where the performances take place. I'll leave the phone number in the description box if you're interested in checking it out. The cost is $29.95 for adults and $19.99 for kids, which is actually a pretty good deal considering that lunch is included in that price. Universal offers additional paid tours like VIP tours of the parks and RIP tours during Halloween Horror Nights. Want to know more about those paid VIP and RIP tours? Stay tuned for more You Know videos to come. Behind the scenes tours are an awesome way to experience the parks from a whole new perspective. So if you're looking to make your trip to Universal a little more unique, a behind the scenes tour is the way to go. And while you're on your free tour, make sure to listen closely and ask some questions because you might learn a few secrets along the way. I mean, who knows? Maybe you'll find out where an homage from a past ride is located, how ride vehicles work, secrets within Hogwarts Castle, find hidden treasures in Gringotts Bank, discover the name of the animatronic worm near the boarding area in Reign of Kong, and maybe even get to sit in Dr. Doom's chair. So what do you think? Is this something you would be interested in doing the next time you come to Universal Orlando? Which behind the scenes tour is on your must-see list? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and check out these other More You Know videos.